Hey guys, my name is Far and welcome back to another video. Today I got some gameplay of Far Cry 5's arcade mode, or Far Cry 5 Arcade. This is a feature I was really looking forward to coming up to the release of Far Cry 5, because not only did the single player look absolutely amazing, which by the way it is, I love the single player in this game, it's fucking amazing, but the arcade mode was very intriguing to me. To have an unlimited amount of maps, not only to be able to make map yourself, which by the way I'm not much of a map creator. There is no way in hell I could see myself ever making a map in this game. I really just can't ever see myself doing that because I don't know, I'm just not a very designer or creative type of person when it comes to building. Sure, Minecraft is like the furthest I'm gonna get to when it comes to creating something. I'll build like a fucking dirt house or some shit in that game, maybe a wood house. But even though I may not exactly be much of a creative person when it comes to actually creating shit, I really do like playing other shit that people have created, like maps or multiplayer maps, or even these type of solo co-op maps, which actually function a lot like custom zombie maps from World of War, which is really fucking cool to have basically custom maps in the palm of your hand on console. That is fucking awesome, and I love that feature. I think this really needs to be implemented more because PC gets so much shit. They get modding tools, they get map creators and all this other shit. Console, it's really cool to have this shit on console and have all of this shit. Now of course there is exclusive maps. Whatever people build on PC is going to be on PC. Whatever people build on console is going to be in console. It kind of works like that. I'm not too sure if people can somehow port these maps over to console. I'm guessing they can somehow, but mostly some of the maps, or a lot of the maps in PC that have been made in this game, are only going to be in PC, which is kind of a downside for console users. Because I actually saw a really cool multiplayer map from like Battlefield 3 or something. I'm not too sure, I've never played Battlefield 3, I'm not too sure in the map name, but I think it definitely is a map from Battlefield anyway, and it was recreated actually very well. It looked very cool, and playing it in Far Cry was really cool. And not to mention the fact that I actually played a COD Dome map, Modern Warfare 3 Dome, and as well Call of Duty Nuketown, which was really fucking interesting. I've never actually played Modern Warfare 3, that's one of the CODs that I've actually never played before, so sadly I've never actually gotten the chance to experience what Dome was like, but I have played Nuketown, and I can say the Nuketown remake here was kind of similar. It definitely was kind of similar in the way it played and the way it was of course made. It is similar to Nuketown, but at the same time it's not Nuketown. First of all, it felt way smaller than Nuketown. Like it was really fucking small. I don't know what the hell these motherfuckers were on when they were making this map, or if they just didn't size it properly, because Nuketown's a small map, right? But Jesus shit, this thing was almost like Shipment the way I was playing on. But it was honestly a lot of fun. Like the multiplayer is actually really cool. I think the first experience that I had with multiplayer wasn't very good because I kind of played on this like deserty western type map, and it really just wasn't designed very well, so it wasn't a whole lot of fun to play. But then whenever I started to play like Nuketown and Modern Warfare 3's Dome, their maps were really fun because coming from the other map, which was a lot more open, it was very random, you were constantly getting shot in the back and the sides, you had no idea where the fuck anyone was, to playing on Dome and Nuketown, which played a lot better. You could tell where people were and they definitely had a better flow to them. It became a lot more fun. Not to mention the fact that I got this really weird like icy map. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. That was a very weird looking map. It was like, it had like a zip line going down into the enemy's like territory or some shit. It looked actually really interesting. Sadly the match ended before I really got to go down the zip line, and when I did go down the zip line I accidentally hit A again, so therefore I ended up dropping off the zip line into the abyss and kind of died. That was fun. So yeah, the multiplayer was actually quite a bit of fun if you get the right map in the game. But what about solo and co-op? These maps, as I said, are kind of a lot like custom zombie maps, which is really cool. One of the maps that I ended up playing, I actually ended up playing this kind of like I don't even know, it was set in like a city, or like almost like an apocalypse like city, which really gave the map a vibe like I was playing on a custom zombie map, or even like a map from World of War. It really felt like I was playing a custom zombie map from World of War, which is not a bad thing at all. I fucking love custom zombie maps in World of War. They're some of the most fun shit I've ever had playing zombies. But not only that, it kind of brings in this element of Far Cry. Far Cry's mixed into it, where you can pick up RPGs to blow up cars and shit. It was really cool. Not to mention the fact that you started off with like a suppressed AK-47, and you could go in all like stealthily and sneakily and try to pick one by one off, because a simple headshot kills people in one shot obviously. So honestly it was a lot of fun. But some of the maps I did end up playing, I ended up playing this really terrible icy map. I don't know what it was. The maps usually made by people, or generally the lower rated maps or some of the newer maps, are generally really bad. I advise you to change your search preferences, I can't say preferences, I think that's right, because generally the difficulty was way too high. Like I don't know what they were doing. They probably underestimated who was going to be playing this, or probably didn't really think it was going to be this difficult, or else they had like better upgrades from the campaign. Maybe they had more health upgrades or something than I had at the time, because it was very, very difficult. Like, I could not get past this shit, not to mention the fact that you have to wait. If you die in this shit, you have to wait for a loading screen or some shit to come up, then you have to hit retry. It's very, very annoying that you have to wait for that if you do end up feeling it, which is kind of frustrating. That's one downside that I would say to these custom zombie, or not even zombie maps, but custom maps. I also ended up playing this really fucked up, like, kind of twisted, I don't even know how to describe it. It was kind of like a mind game map. It was made by Ubisoft and themselves. And same with the last map, by the way, I forgot to mention that the kind of industrial city, like apocalypse type city, was made by Ubisoft as well. But this map wasn't made by Ubisoft. There was like goats and shit in it. It was really weird. There was like floating like clocks and shit. It was a really weird map, but it was actually a very fun experience. I actually really like them experience type maps, not maps where you have to go around and kill people or kill things. You just have an experience. It's a very wonky, weird type map. As I said, kind of like a mind game. It's a very fucked up map where it just throws you in, and it kind of tries to confuse you because the ceiling, or the floor was like on the side of the wall and shit. And you had to look up to see the floor and the ladder. It was really, really weird. So it was, but it was actually a very, very cool experience. So it was. So I found that actually quite fun. I also actually do believe in the future there will be a way to create like custom zombie maps. I believe whenever like the third and final DLC comes out, there will be a mode, like a zombie horde mode from Call of Duty Zombies, or like Call of Duty Zombies. And whenever that mode comes out, you're going to be able to make your own custom zombie maps. This is as far as I'm aware now. I'm not 100% sure, don't take my word for it, but this is just what I've heard. But if this does turn out to be true, this is really cool. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this. If this is a real feature in the game where you can play custom zombie maps on console, that's really cool. And not to mention that on World of War, you have to take forever to go to forums and different shit to download these maps. You have to wait for them to download, try to boot them up. There can be some like different problems actually loading them up, and generally it takes a while just to get one map working on World of War. But with this, just having it at the touch of your fingertips, just to hit play, and that's simple. You just have to wait for it to load, and there you go, you're ready to play, you're ready to go. That's really cool. And honestly, if this does turn out to be a real feature, I'm really looking forward to it, because I pre-ordered the gold edition of Far Cry 5, so I do have the season pass. I will get all the DLCs with this, so I'm really looking forward for this shit if this does turn out to be real. But anyway guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I just kind of want to talk about the Far Cry 5 arcade here. This is something I meant to do about like a week ago. I was trying to talk about this ages ago, but it is a good thing that I did, because I've taken some time of actually being able to play the arcade a bit more, and my opinions have changed about it. Because as I said, initially it really did disappoint me. I think it was just the maps I was playing initially that weren't very good and weren't very enjoyable. But when you play better maps, like when you play better multiplayer maps, or when you play better higher rated, as I said, change your search preferences to rating as that first thing that comes up, the higher rating, because you're probably going to have such a better experience with this mode. Because without it, and you're playing shitty maps, it really isn't very enjoyable at all. Like, it's really not enjoyable at all. So I definitely do advise you to change that up and just yeah, give it a go. But yeah, my mind's kind of going blank here. I'm having a hard time of thinking about things to say, so I'm gonna end this here before I end up saying something that I don't mean to say. But anyway guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys next one. Peace out.